Hello students, good morning. Hope you are well and studying. Today in this class we will revise our chapter 3 of civics which we were doing last few days, okay? From Monday till today whatever we have done in civics we are going to revise it. After that we will do the next chapter. So you can understand it better as we revise it quickly. We have the chapter 3 government, and in this chapter we learned what is government. Okay, so what is government? You can take the book also in your hand. Okay, and with that you can revise also. So we before the introduction of the government, an example of the school was given to you. Imagine a school or a class without teacher. There will be no studies going on if there is no teacher, and a person alone cannot manage whole school. So you have different classes, different duties are assigned in the school. Somebody to teach, somebody is to look after the maintenance, like you have water, electricity supply. All that is given to you in the introduction, just to show you that without an organization, without a leader, the team will not develop or will not reach to the goal. Same way in the school also, if there is no teacher, no principal, children will not study. If there is no timetable, no rules, nobody will study. Same way, if there is no government, the country will not run smoothly. Nothing will take place properly. If there are no rules and regulations in country, nobody will follow rules and regulations, and they will want what they want to do, and there will be fights and quarrels and so many confusions. Okay, so first thing that we have to see, what is government? Okay, what is government? We learned government is a body. Okay, look at the book. The government means a body, an institution or a group of people. So a body means not a physical body. A body means a group of people. So government is a group of people or an institution of people which takes decisions. So what is government? Government is a body, a group of people or an institution, okay, which takes decisions, okay, makes rules and regulations for the smooth running of a particular society, school, or country. Understood? That is your government. Clear? Next is there, why you need a government? What is the need for a government? So as I told you an example, that without a teacher the class will not sit and study. Children will play, make fun, some will sleep. So without the government the country will not run properly. People will not follow rules and regulations. Okay, so that is the example given to you. So therefore they have to be controlled, and a system guides them. So if there is a government, it will guide, it will control, it will help in the development. If all people live in their own way, then there would be no order. If there is no government, people want to live, will like to live as they want. So there will be no order, and people will do what they want. So it will not develop. Therefore, there is a need of a government, so ensure that the citizens live safely and harmoniously, that means peacefully, as brothers, without any conflict, without any fight. So we need government so that citizens of a country live peacefully in harmony without fighting with each other. Clear? These two things are over. That is, government is a body or institution which makes rules for the smooth running of the country or anything. Like we need the government so that the citizens of a country live peacefully and in harmony without fighting with each other. Now, functions of the government. So this institution or this group of people or a body which is called as government administers particular country. What are their duties? What are their functions? Okay. So what are their functions? Their function is, as I told you, like making laws, making rules and regulations. Which rule is good for the people, which is needed according to time. So they make new rules and regulations. Alright. Then they maintain law and order. So like if I make a rule in the school of you have to come 7:30, but there is you don't follow that rule, like some children come 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, and no action is taken against those who do not come on time, then all the children will come as they want. So nobody will follow the rule. To maintain law and order, there is also the steps have to be taken, then only the people will follow the rules. So maintaining law and order, so what government does, they have provided us police and the law, that means judiciary, that is your courts, so that if nobody follows the rules and regulations, like which is not following whatever rules are made, then the police or the court takes actions against them if they come to know about that. Clear? Providing public facilities. So first I told you they have to make rules according to the time and need of the people, which is better for people and good for people. Then they have to maintain those rules and regulations also. They have to see that whatever rules they have made, people follow it. If they do not follow, for them they have to provide some actions, like the police and the courts are there to take actions against those who do not follow those rules. Third function of the government is providing public facilities, like providing public transport, good roads, water, electricity, hospitals, schools. All these are the work of the government to provide to the people good health facilities, good water supply, good roads, employment. All these are the work of government. Clear? The third one is your providing facilities. Fourth is defending the nation. So government's duty or function is also to protect the people from outside attack, from different countries attack, and to have friendly negotiations with the neighboring countries. Now, so if we have a government, they will see that no other countries or China or whatever countries are there, they should not attack on the. So two functions. One is your making rule, maintaining law and order. Third is providing facilities, okay, which I told you, providing good roads, health facility, education facility, employment, water, electricity, okay, all that. Next we have what is the other function of the government is to defend also. I told you they protect us from the attacks of the different nations, or they also protect us and also have friendly negotiations, friendly relationship they try to maintain with others. Next we have rescue and relief. If there is any natural calamity, कोई flood आया है और कोई drought है और कोई tsunami है or maybe the cyclone is there, then the duty of the government is to rescue the people, लोगों को बचाना है, and provide them some what we say the rescue camps, and for time being provide them food, home, and all that facilities also is to be provided by the government. Okay. Then social and economic justice. The government also has to take steps to provide equality to the people. Alright. These are the functions of government. Functions of government, I have told you how many. First, make rules and regulations. Second, maintain the law and order with the help of police and the court. Third is providing facilities to the people, that is providing road, electricity, water, employment, health, education. Okay, then also defending the people and the nation from the attacks, then providing equal chances, social and economic justice in all field, any job facilities there, anything is there, giving equal chance to all the people, and rescue and relief during disasters, that is natural calamities. Then natural calamities means which is like occurred because of the nature, जैसे flood आता है, tsunami है, cyclone is there, drought is there. All right, so 3 are over. Now next you have levels of the government. The government is formed on the 3 levels. The first one is your local government. Local government is in your village, which is smallest unit of the government. Okay, you have gram panchayat, you have block samiti, na? So they are all local government, district level government, all that comes under the local government. After the local government, we have state government, which is little higher than the local one. And state government looks after a particular state, like Rajasthan government, Uttar Pradesh government, Bihar government. So they are responsible for the particular state. Clear? Hope so it is clear. Then you have national level government. Okay, so which is whole country in charge. They have to look after the full country. Okay, they have to look after full country means all the states, all the union territories, all the district, all the villages. Okay, that is your levels of government. So government is formed on the 3 level: local government, state and the national. Local government is your village, blocks, district, and the state is your particular state responsible for it, and the national is whole country responsibility, in which comes all states and all districts. Clear? This is about the levels of government. Then the next one you have types of government. Types of government, what we learn, children? We had learned how many types of government we have? 3 types: monarchical, dictatorship and democracy. Which type do we have in a country? We have democracy. Okay, so next you have, first to see, monarchical is the government in which a king or a queen rules a nation. Queen Victoria. Okay, so same way, when a king or a queen is ruling a nation, it is monarchical. And in this type of government, when the king or queen dies, his or her son, maybe probably the eldest one, जो सबसे बड़ा बेटा होता है, he becomes the next ruler. So there is no choice of people. The people of the country do not have any choice whether they want that king or not. And all the whatever they want, that king, he will do as he wants. He will take the guidance of some of his ministers, but he will not ask what the people want. And people, he is not responsible to people. People cannot ask him also, why are you making such rules and rules? What he feels, he will make that for people. That is monarchical. Kings and queens, and hereditary means when the king and queens die, their children, probably the eldest son, becomes the ruler of that particular country. Is it clear? Next you have dictatorship. And in dictatorship also, the power of the country is also in one hand only. Probably this type of government, you will have somebody from military, a person who will be forcefully taking charge of a country. Okay, and he will be sometimes alone, and sometimes he may have some benefactors, maybe जो उसकी support में है, some people, they will be with him. And here also he will do what he wants. Here he is not going to ask the people about their choices, their need and their demands, and there is no other political party or somebody to contest with him, to ask him. So he is not responsible to anyone in dictatorship also. And most probably dictatorship type of government is very harsh, very rude. Here people are persecuted, so people do not like this type of government, dictatorship, where you are dictating means किसी को जबरदस्ती रूल करना है कि ये करना ही है, like that. And this type of government, dictatorship, doesn't last long. ये ज़्यादा नहीं चलती है. People protest against it though they are too much persecuted, but this type of government doesn't last long because people are not happy here, because people are not given any preferences. People are have to follow whatever the dictator who is ruling he says. And this dictator has puts ban on that media cannot display about him anything, no other political parties against him, and nobody stands against him. So dictatorship. Okay, next type of the government that we have, as we are learning about types of government, is your democratic government, which we have in India. In democratic type of government, here people rule in a way, is to say, because people choose their representative, है ना. हम लोग अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को चूज करते हैं, एंड दैट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव मीन्स हम नहीं जा सकते, हमारे बदले जो है जिसको हमने वोट किया है, ही विल स्टैंड फॉर अस इन द गवर्नमेंट और इन द पार्लियामेंट. क्लियर. सो इन डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट पीपल आर पार्टिसिपेटिंग, they choose their representative, and if they are not happy with that representative, the next time they will not choose. But one rule is here, majority wins. Okay, so that is your democratic. So the best type of government is democratic government, where people choose the government. If they are not happy, they do not allow it to rule more, and if they are happy, they choose it, do not choose it. And the government is responsible for people. The government has to answer to the people, and government has to work in favor of the people. All right, next we have universal adult franchise. The universal adult franchise is universal adult. All the adult of the country up to the after the age of 18 years are having right to vote. That is your universal adult franchise. All adults of the country are allowed to and free to and have the right to vote and choose their representative. Okay, that is universal adult. सबको अधिकार है वो चूज कर सकते हैं वोट डालने का, अपना रिप्रेजेंटेटिव चूज करने का, इफ यू आर सिटीजन ऑफ दैट कंट्री and you are 18 years of age. Okay, then I have also told you that if you are citizen of country, that doesn't mean you belong. If you are of Bihar, you can go in Goa, and that no, you have to be, you should have the identity of that particular state from where you are choosing your representative. Clear? Then we had women suffrage movement. Now universal adult franchise can be also called as adult suffrage. Adult suffrage means adult getting chance to vote, right to vote. Women suffrage movement means women getting chance to vote. Movement means here women protested, started movement. They were not allowed in the beginning to vote, only men were allowed, especially in Europe and America. The women were not allowed to vote, only gents were allowed. So they protested against it, and a chance came in the First World War, where men were mostly called to join the war. Ladies were called to work in the factories and other fields. They proved themselves as good as the men were, intellectually and physically also in many fields. So they demanded that they also want to participate in government. So they started a lot of movement. They started protesting on hunger strike, taking processions. So finally 1920 they were given chance to vote. Okay, that is in America. You can see in the book on page number 215. 1920 American women got the chance to vote. And in India, from the first General Assembly, all people were allowed to vote. Gents, ladies, all adult, Hindu, Muslim, caste, all people were allowed to vote. That is your women's suffrage movement. Clear? Adult means all the adult of 18 years were allowed to vote. Women's suffrage movement is women were not given chances in the beginning to choose the or vote, but later on, after a long struggle, they got the chance to vote. 1920 in America they started. Next is the struggle against apartheid. Apartheid is discrimination. So in South Africa, blacks were not allowed to vote. They were not allowed to study in the same school, in hospitals. They had to live outside the colony. Though they were the natives of the South America, but the white people, those who had come from Europe, they were ruling there. They took more money. They had more money. They purchased more land. They became more rich. So white were dominating the black people, the original inhabitants of the South Africa. So in the beginning, they were not, for a long time, they were not given chance to stand in the government or have a say there, or they were not allowed any good jobs, good schools. They had different separate schools, separate colleges, separate colonies. Everything was different for them. Okay, they were looked down upon. उन्हें नीचे देखा जाता था. Then they also had a long struggle for it, and finally they also got this apartheid ended. ये जो सोच थी that ended, and Nelson Mandela became the first president of the South Africa. The black African. He was the black African who became the first president of the South Africa. Okay, in 1991 apartheid's laws were ended. जो यहाँ के जो नियम थे साउथ अफ्रीका में कि blacks अलग है, white अलग है, white ही यहाँ आ सकते हैं, all that ended in 1991, and in 1994 the black African, that is Nelson Mandela, he contested election, he won, and he became the first president of South Africa. Clear? This is the revision of the chapter that we have done. Okay, all that I have taught you already, but this is also I have revised you. Read once again, you will understand it better. Complete your copy work. Okay, fill the exercise in and study nicely. Okay, have a nice day. Study well. Thank you.